intensifying over reopening America. Governors in several states now saying it's time to get back to business. Everything from bowling alleys to nail salons to tattoo parlors about to reopen. But healthcare workers saying we're not ready.
If you want to live, you stay home. My God, don't open up this country.
Their urgent pleas as the U.S. death toll tops 44,000. Also, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo meeting with President Trump at the White House. His call for the federal government to take a bigger role in testing, and the American town aiming to test every single person. Congress reaches a deal for billions more in small business rescue money, but tonight growing concerns over the safety of America's workers. Plus, another meat plant linked to an outbreak. The growing health mystery swirling around North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Richard Engel with late details, what he has learned. And the emotional reunion, a coronavirus survivor meeting the stranger who may have saved his life. The new call to action tonight for plasma donors.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Parts of the South are preparing tonight to become the canaries in the coal mine. Georgia, with roughly 800 COVID deaths, leading the way as it moves forward with plans to ease restrictions on many businesses, satisfying a yearning to return to normalcy and get back to business while risking further spread of the coronavirus. Tonight, this country, with over 44,000 deaths, divided over just how far we can push the envelope on a matter of life and death. Our team has a lot to cover. Let's start with Blaine Alexander.
Tonight, with the growing tug of war between stay at home and back to business, some states are already loosening the reins. Starting late next week, most Tennessee businesses will be free to open their doors, some as soon as Monday.
Social distancing must continue, but our economic shutdown cannot.
South Carolina stores back up and running, but limiting the number of customers allowed inside. And in Georgia, all nail salons, barbershops, massage and tattoo parlors are free to reopen on Friday. Dine-in restaurants and movie theaters Monday.
We're probably going to see our cases continue to go up, but we're a lot better prepared for that now than we were over a month ago.
In the small town of Albany, Georgia, where deaths are higher than anywhere in the state, the mayor says he was blindsided.
Is your city ready to reopen?
We are not ready to reopen. We had 15 funerals this weekend, 5 more deaths. We have 60 people on a ventilator at our hospital.
The governor says he will monitor hotspots and intervene if necessary. But Georgia falls short of White House guidelines, which call for a 2-week downward trend in cases before loosening restrictions. Today, from fellow Republican and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham.
I worry about that Georgia is going too far too quick.
With the number of COVID-19 cases nationwide closing in on 800,000, other governors say they are not letting up.
Federal guidance requires a 14-day reduction in COVID positive cases. North Carolina does not meet that criteria.
But with the economy in desperate need of a lifeline, leaders are trying to balance safety measures, knowing that each day shut down hurts families struggling to stay afloat. Steve Patterson is in Las Vegas.
This shutdown is costing Nevada an estimated $2 million every day in gaming tax revenue, while some 300,000 workers seek unemployment help.
Now, for businesses, it's the rush to establish a new protocol.
Here at this nail salon, the owner is installing plexiglass shields between the nail technician and the customer, and nobody is allowed inside without a mask.
At this Florida doctor's office, this fog machine sanitizes every space twice a day. But for Jimmy Funkhauser and his outdoor gear shop in Colorado, his biggest concern, will his customers feel comfortable coming back?
It's one thing to lose 100% of your business for a month, but to lose 20% of your business over 6 months, that's what actually puts you out of business.
A nation struggling to flatten the curve while supporting the bottom line. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Atlanta.
This is Tom Costello. On the front lines of the COVID-19 fight in Georgia, Emory ER Dr. Justin Schrager and his wife Rachel, an epidemiologist, who took to Twitter in frustration as the governor began easing restrictions in the very state that is home to the CDC. This decision ignores public health guidance and science, and lives will be put at risk unnecessarily.
When we do see another surge, It's going to be people like my husband who are going to be in the hospital, really having to deal with that.
Newborn Sadie was just 2 weeks old when Justin moved out of the house and above the garage, mostly to protect her from the virus. For 6 weeks, the family has seen each other in the backyard, but no hugs. Rachel is all alone with the kids.
I think I cannot do it for 18 months. This is something I cannot sustain for that long.
Nationwide, exhausted healthcare workers are warning against lifting stay-at-home restrictions, fearing hospitals will quickly be overwhelmed by a surge in coronavirus patients. From a Colorado nurse standing his ground to a nursing assistant in Pennsylvania.
If we get a surge, more of these COVID-19 cases, we won't be able to handle it.
To New York.
If you want to live, you stay home. My God, don't open up this country.
Ultimately, the decision is up to each governor.
We're not going to allow fatalities to go back up.
Back in Atlanta, Rachel recently tweeted her disappointment that Americans were ignoring social distancing while Justin worked to save COVID patients. Former President Obama retweeting her message. Justin's hope? The curve will flatten enough so that he can come home.
I'm just going to grab that baby and hug my wife and just go in the house and just spend all day holding the baby. So.
Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
Strongly